Recap Synopsis Analysis of Our Fault Culpa Nuestra, 2025, the final chapter of the Culpables trilogy. Basic information and context. Our Fault is a Spanish romantic drama directed by Domingo Gonzalez, co-written by Gonzalez and Sofia Cuenca. It stars Nicole Wallace as Noah and Gabriel Guevara as Nick. It is the third and concluding installment in the Prime Video adaptation of Mercedes Ron's Culpables trilogy, after My Fault Culpa Mia and Your Fault Culpa Tuya. It runs around 113 minutes. It premiered on Amazon Prime Video on October 16, 2025. Recap, story summary plus major beats. Because Our Fault is the finale, much of the tension comes from unresolved issues from the earlier films. Below is a narrative summary with analysis and some interpretation. Setup and reunion. The story begins 4 years after Nick and No's breakup. Their reunion is triggered by the wedding of their mutual friends Jenna and Lion. The social backdrop forces them into proximity and confrontation. At the wedding, both or with others are trying to move on. But seeing each other again reignites old emotions, jealousy, and friction. Nick now carries heavy emotional baggage. He is hurt and reluctant to forgive. Meanwhile, Noah is at a point of launching her own life and career, attempting to step beyond their past. Conflict, misunderstandings and secondary relationships. A major element of conflict is Nick's inability to trust fully again, given past betrayals. Meanwhile, new romantic interests enter the picture. One is Simon, played by Fran Mercillo, who becomes a potential alternative for Noah, complicating things further. There is also a subplot involving a Michael character, who brings tension. Some critics describe him as a darker mirror to Nick. The cinematography, setting, and style lean heavily on gloss, opulence, and romantic aesthetics, weddings, parties, travel, and luxurious backdrops. Some scenes center on emotional confrontation, moments of anger, confession, and the struggle to express vulnerability. Turning points and revelations. A turning point is triggered by an unexpected physical health event on Noah's part. In the novel summary, Noah sustains a back injury, which forces reflection and reconnection. That injury, or its consequences, leads Noah and Nick to confront their shared past, their mistakes, their pride, and whether forgiveness is possible. Through these trials, the narrative leans into introspection and emotional growth, acknowledging faults, hence the title Our Fault, asking whether love can survive pain, and whether history can be redeemed. Climax and resolution. The climax involves emotional confrontation and reconciliation. Nick must decide whether to surrender to his love and move past his hurt. There is a final reunion or coming together moment that implies healing and the possibility of a future together, although not all critics view this as fully earned. Some reviewers suggest that the movie resolves things in a safe way, giving fans closure without taking too many dramatic risks. Themes, strengths and critiques. Themes and motifs. Forgiveness versus pride, ego. Can love survive when pride stands in the way? Growth and self-acceptance. Both Noah and Nick must reckon with past mistakes and who they've become. Love is responsibility. The title Our Fault implies shared blame rather than unilateral guilt, a recognition that both carry wounds. The tension of proximity and distance. Their forced proximity, wedding, social circle, creates tension and opportunity for reconnection. Strengths. Visually polished and stylized. Critics note that the film is glossy, with strong aesthetic sensibilities. It caters well to fans who are already emotionally invested in Noah and Nick's journey. Emotional highs built from the characters' shared history and what remains unresolved. Critiques. Some see the dialogue as cliched and predictable. The film is less accessible to newcomers. It assumes you already know the characters and their backstory. The resolution may feel too safe or formulaic. Critics say it doesn't push boundaries or take bold narrative risks. The character arcs, especially of Nick, are viewed by some as underdeveloped or inconsistent with earlier installments. My take, interpretation. Our Fault is ultimately a love story strained by time, pride, and past wounds. Its core message seems to be, relationships can only move forward if both parties take responsibility for their faults. The narrative asks whether the flame that once burned is strong enough to survive the ashes. Because it's the final chapter, much of its weight depends on how much emotional investment viewers already have in Noah and Nick. For fans of the trilogy, it likely offers satisfying closure. For critics or newcomers, its polish may feel superficial, and its emotional beats may come across as conventional. If you enjoyed this recap, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more recaps like this.